Well, first I want to congratulate Santa Barbara. I mean, they played like champions today. You know, there's no asterisks in this season. They were the best team in the regular season, and they proved why today. I think three teams are going to get to take a swing at them, and I'm proud of my guys. I think they took a hard swing at it, but we weren't good enough today. They beat us, and but I'm proud of my guys. I think when Joe Hampton went out, at the minute 30 into the game, it was a pretty serious injury. You know, our guys were shook, but this is a season of being shook, and I'm just proud that, I think that's our fifth career injury our career, I keep saying that, fifth season-ending injury of the year. I think we had 8 scholarship guys to start today available, and we're down to 7. And yet these guys, like they did when they weren't allowed in the gym, when they weren't allowed in the weight room, when they were having COVID pauses, when they're having suspensions or whatever injury, and all these injuries, because I think a lot of it because we never got into game shape and weren't able to handle collisions and stuff. They never quit. And so I can't think of another team in my 34 years I'm any more proud of than this team, because right down to the end, they kept fighting and trying to get better. We just never had enough practices, never had enough healthy days to really get, and we had guys opt in and opt out, and yet our guys just kept, trying to get to where we were. I think we're getting to be a very good basketball team. I've said that. We're probably 70% of where we need to be, but I don't feel like we ran out of time. I've been saying for a couple weeks we're a November team in March. Well, we're a January team right now. I mean, we're ready for league. The problem is it's over and our season's over, and it's too bad, because I love coaching this group and getting through all this adversity.
Open up for questions. If you have a question, either raise your hand or put question in the chat box. First question for you. When Hampton went down early, how did that change the tenor for you guys? But then how were you able to refocus to get back into the game?
Obviously, every player on our team means a lot. Because like Coach said, we all been through a ton together as a unit. So when he went down, it's like a gut punch to all of us. But that's our brother. And we saw, like, he had tears in his eyes, and he was like, I really want to play, and he wasn't able to. So then at that point, we're like, wow. Because Joe was going to have a really good game. He looked really good. And then we looked to each other like, hey, that's our brother, and he needs us. So let's go. Whoever needs to go out there and do it, we got to do it now.
A question from JJ Fiddler. Go ahead, JJ. JJ, make sure to unmute yourself.
Yeah, Coach, after that injury, you obviously saw some energy from the bench with guys like Jeff in the game, and you were pretty energetic on the sideline as well. Did you guys kind of feel that as a relief? Because it kind of looked like it stopped you during the first half.
Did he relief that he got hurt?
No, relief that the guys that you got in the game, like Jeff, were able to make an impact on the defensive end.
Well, I think it took a couple minutes, including me. I was kind of shell shocked that, like, what just not again, but I wanted to make sure that our players knew that we were going to continue to fight. And I think guys came in on a bench trying to show each other that they were, for Joe, for Drew, for Shaden, for Raymond, for these guys. This program was not going to stop. Our program was going to, this is our opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament. This is our opportunity to beat the number one team in the league, and we were, I think that energy started to build, and to their credit, they sustained a couple good body blows that we gave them, and we just we got tired. I say this every game, but we got tired, and the pressing took a lot of energy out of us, and we just weren't able to, and we had to go so small to get back into the game. But that group fought and was scrappy and put themselves in a position to be down 4 in the last minute or two, and give Santa Barbara credit for finishing it off at the line.
Bob Kaiser, go right ahead.
Dan, you guys were down 4, and then they had the flagrant foul call. Obviously, Vega was flying through the air looking for a block. What was your conversation with the officials about the fact that it wasn't intentional? He couldn't have moved where he wanted to in the air.
Yeah. I'm not going to comment on officiating. One of the keys for our game was that we had to win the foul game. They're very good they're disciplined, and they're really good at drawing fouls, and that's part of the game because usually the team that draws the most fouls is the most aggressive team and usually going to win. And they shot 32. Oh no, it's rebounds. What was it? We shot 13 free throws and they shot 32. So we obviously didn't win that. I mean, one call is not going to change that. But I felt like our guys were really aggressive today. I thought we really took it hard to the basket. And, we weren't rewarded maybe like I would want. But, I didn't see the call. You have to trust these guys when they go to the monitor that they're seeing something I didn't see. But, to the letter of the law, I'm sure it was the right call because they would have never done that otherwise. But, and it was also with good officiating, there's also got to be, the understanding that if you do the letter of the law, I mean, there's going to be a foul on every play. And some you got to let go and some you got to go. And I don't know if this is one of those, but I just hated for our guys to go down, that way. But that's part of the game. I mean, officiating is they're doing the best they can, and we've got to accept that.
JJ, next question.
Yeah, this is for Colin. Colin obviously went out the whole season, but when he came in, he kind of gave the team a spark. And then you guys looked like a completely different team this week. What's the difference? What's the biggest difference between the guys who took the floor today and played and the guys who took the floor 2 weeks ago and struggled all over?
I don't think there's a difference at all. Like, we all have heart. Like, we play with our hearts and we play with our souls and we play for each other. I think, obviously, with different players available, the looks are different because we all play different. But at the same time, I think in essence, we all just want to win and we all want to put ourselves and each other in better positions to be successful. And we were figuring that out as we continued to play in games, but we obviously ran out of time. So, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, can I jump in there? JJ, I really think it's, everybody as coaches, you practice as you play, and I think this team was a testament to that. And we're with these back-to-back weekends, everybody had to endure them, but we were never in shape to practice on a Monday. Guys were just too tired, beat up, sore, early in the week, and we would barely practice Wednesday, Thursday, and we'd feel, and Thursday you're preparing for another team, so you get 1 day a week to work on yourself this last couple weeks, and then all of a sudden another guy would get hurt or something else would happen, and you'd be adjusting to a new lineup. J-Rob, we had different lineups, right? It's hard to be a championship team or win a tournament like this without consistency from practicing to lineups. I think that was a different lineup the last 2 days than we've had all season. And I'm not making excuses at all. Like I said, Santa Barbara deserved to win that game, but my guys deserve a lot of credit for fighting and persevering through a lot of elements and right to the end.
Our final question, Bob Kaiser, go right ahead.
Dan and Colin, you have 4 seniors, including Colin. Do you have an idea whether they're going to come back with a free year? I know a lot of guys start to think about moving on at this point, but Colin being one of them. What are their plans? You know right now.
You said for Dan and Colin.
Well, Colin would know more than I would. He's in the locker room. Yeah, Colin, I was looking for a little insight there myself. You know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting with this team because they really like each other. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the movement in college basketball is the grass is greener everywhere else. So, and it's not just going to be this team. I think, as I told them, if I was them, I wouldn't make a hasty decision in the next week or two. I would take some time and talk to their families and people. And the same, we're going to do the same, you know, from our program's end. You know, the rule is ever changing. It's fluid, as they say in COVID. I don't think they know what their eligibility is if they were to leave or to stay. You know, this free year is something new for everybody. So I don't know when they're going to decide if guys can transfer without any penalty, or if guys that have transferred before have penalty, guys that haven't get a free pass. I don't know. I mean, I got so many questions written down for our compliance people, but I vowed that I would worry about it when the season's over, and I can start worrying about that in the next couple of days. But to answer your question, long answer, I don't think any coach knows the answer to that question right now. How about players? They know?
I mean, players right now are just mad we lost. I'll say that. But as far as making decisions beforehand, we all told each other, like, we're going to put all 10 toes into this tournament, no matter what. And so after that, I think we have coaches meetings at some point around the semester. So I think everybody will make their choice around that time.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations on your season, and safe travels home.
Thank you.
I dare you to drink that, Coach.